having a signature, honing in on your signature style is so powerful.
How important do you think it is to have a personal style when it comes to resonating and finding and attracting the right customers to your jewelry brand? Well, if you're wondering if it's important or not, well, today you are going to learn all about style magnetism and why your personal fashion style is one of the key factors in attracting and resonating with the types of customers that you want to attract so that you can show up in a way outward in the world that's going to align you with those perfect people. Hey there, I'm Tracy Matthews. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer of Flourish and Thrive Academy and the author of The Desire Brand Effect: Stand Out in a Saturated Market with a Timeless Jewelry Brand. I help jewelry business owners launch, grow, and scale successful multiple six, and seven-figure businesses. Today on the show, I interview my friend Chellie Carlson. She is a stylist for high-achieving women and celebrity personalities, and also has an amazing membership called the Style Society. And today we're going to talk a lot about dressing your brand and creating the style magnetism that is going to help you attract the right people, the right situations, and help you really up-level your sense of self-worth. So let's dive in to this episode today. Well, I am so excited to have a very special guest on the show today. Chellie Carlson is here to talk about style magnetism and what that means to dress your brand. Chellie, welcome to the show.
So happy to be here.
I am so excited to have you. So we recently met at an event in the spring about claiming your light, and we were doing all the work to developing our own personal brands, and style is a huge part of that. So I want to just start by asking you a little bit more about your style journey. How did you get into fashion and becoming a stylist, or where did it begin?
So I grew up on a farm in Missouri, went to college, studied fashion in Missouri, and I've always had a love of fabrics, sewing since I was 15. I love a good, run to a fabric store. It's like my favorite place to hang out. So I'm really into, I've basically got it from my mother. She had a really strong sense of style. She was creating, she would sew some of our clothes and make some really fun things. So I got it from her. After college, I moved to Chicago with no job and lived with my best friend. Then I started working for a lingerie brand, and I worked with him for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And everybody probably knows it, Les Messier. It's one of the big top 4 in the country. And Oprah featured one of their bras as her favorite things, and it blew up. And so I was lucky to work with them for 20 years and meeting women all over the country who were just struggling with ultimately the way they felt in their bodies, starting with their breasts and their bras. And I was able to really, the moment they walked into a fitting room, they just instantly felt comfortable with me. And literally they felt like a different person after walking out in the right bra. And they would say to me, Chellie, what you're doing for my bras, I want you to do for my whole wardrobe. So I kept getting these pings. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to, do a little side hustle. So I built a website, did a branding shoot with a friend, and then passed out business cards to women in Chicago area, mostly is where I built my business. And, I started making more money side hustling than
your regular job.
Which I was making no money at, but I had a lot of flexibility and I loved it. So I struggled. I got really uncomfortable staying so small. I had to keep everything private, my Instagram private. I was doing a lot of cool things that I couldn't really share. And I knew I wanted to be, I needed to be free to build my own business. I come from a family of entrepreneurs and I knew I would be fine. And so 2 weeks before COVID hit, we did a mutual termination and separated. And then COVID hit, boom, 2 weeks later.
Oh my God. Okay. What was that like? Were you styling people during COVID or how did it work?
Our stores in Chicago were getting ransacked every other month. God. It was a disaster. I was on unemployment, to be honest. It was really, but I was fine. And I was coming from a retail like a low income anyways. And then to be on unemployment, it was fine. Like I survived, but deep inside, I knew something big was coming. So all I did was focus on my mindset, what I was going to be preparing for, what my brand would look like, who I'd work with. And I got to focus more on building my systems and processes, hiring the coaches. One coach that works with stylists, she changed my life. She created my signature service, the method. I was doing all 3 steps with clients and charging hourly. And some would continue on the journey and do all 3. Some would only do 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And she put it together and said, this is your signature service. And this was the only way you could work with me. And that was the light bulb. It took off.
Yeah. Well, tell us about your method.
Method.
I have so many questions about you. I wrote all these questions and now I'm just going to like ask you a bunch of questions.
Yeah. The 3 steps is literally what I've been doing since day one. And I've only been in business, essentially. COVID didn't really count that first year. I feel like 2020, like I was working a little bit, but nothing like I am now. And then I have, started then 2021 and so it's only been a few years that I've been doing this, but I've been doing the same 3 steps to create this lifelong transformation through these steps. So the first step is your edit. Me and the team come in your home. We do a deep edit, every category of your wardrobe. Does this work for your body? Does this serve you? Is this ultimately I'm styling? So Tracy, 3 to 5 years out, becoming, if this garment does not align with that, it's gone. I give you permission
to let it toss it. Yeah.
Toss it. We are so many women are just holding on and hoarding. They're buying the same things over and over again. And
right?
Don't serve them. And so the edit is just so powerful of really getting to know who ultimately I'm creating your new identity. I'm understanding your lifestyle, your goals, your body, everything about your past belief system about who taught you how to dress. We're unlearning all of those things in this one session. I'm taking in all like energetically everything about you to then visualize what Tracy is going to need in her wardrobe to then like step into that next level and accelerate her growth through the wardrobe. So that edit session is really powerful. Clients afterwards feel it's so cathartic. They feel lighter. They feel free to know that they don't have to hold on to all of that.
The cool part about it is that like, I love cleaning out my closet. The worst part though, is sometimes when you get rid of something and then like the next year you're like, shoot, what did I do with that thing?
You're like, I want to wear that one.
That one thing that I sold last year.
The funny thing is most clients, honestly, not one has called me and said, Chellie, remember that item that you made me boss? Like they feel it feels
so good.
Yeah. You don't even think about any of those things anymore because you're on just a different wavelength and it's forward. Because if we keep that old stuff in your closet, a lot of women would tend to go back to that because it's safe and it's blends right in with everyone else. So we've got to let it go. So then we can bring in the new that aligns with you.
Awesome. So that's the first step of your method. What is the next step?
Is the best step is the shop. You walk in to a curated VIP luxury shopping experience. Every single item has been hand picked and sourced by me based on you, your lifestyle, your brands, your body, everything. My clients walk in and they literally try on 1 to 2 looks, tears. They're like, I don't even recognize myself. Who is she? She's so beautiful. It's seeing yourself in a way that you've never seen or felt in your body. It's setting you free from the past, the way society taught you to dress, the way your family taught you to dress. And it's experiencing this new identity that from that day forward, you'll never go back. And that's where the magnetism happens. That's when like the transformation really happens. And so ultimately I deliver value. I don't shop based on, I don't care what the label says, the designer, unless clients want specific things sourced. I don't really, that's not my magic. I deliver value. So I'm giving her first moment she walks in, we're doing a bra fitting. Her, bra is going to be high and tight. and she's going to look incredible in it. And then we can move into her wardrobe.
So are you sourcing like different kinds of bras for like the different outfits too?
Yeah, well, a whole wardrobe. So basically, I try and keep it simple for that appointment because remember, I've got about a 4-hour window with this client. I orchestrate every minute so that it's smooth and beautiful. I'm giving her her everyday t-shirt bra, racerback, strapless. And if she wants others, we discuss it later. But
Okay.
I'm giving her that instant lift and making sure everything is perfect. And so the clothes will look incredible on her body. So that's the key. And that's how I've built my whole brand, is the foundation, my, past experience in foundations, and it's everything.
Awesome. Okay. So like the first thing that comes to me, I was just at an event this last weekend and inside the bag was boob tape. So I've tried to use, do boob tape?
I don't really touch it. I
tried it once and your boobs like so
flattened and pancakey and weird. I don't encourage the use of boob tape. If you can go braless, great. If you're above like a C cup, you shouldn't be going braless.
Yeah. I know. I understand that. But there are some things that I want to wear that are so cute that like maybe have a low back or something. So what would you, and we're going to go back to
low back bra. Yeah, there is a low back bra that's on the market that Les Mystere makes. It's one of a kind and it actually has a low back. But other than that, you just have to be careful about what you're buying.
Okay. Sometimes I just wear the bra, like get a cute lacy bra or something and I just let it show because I'm like,
it needs to be very intentional.
Like if it's is like I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Tracy. We'll talk about that. Keep front, stay front. So this shop session, they essentially leave with a whole new wardrobe for the season. That's
okay. Awesome.
That's what they leave with. And we make sure it's crystal clear, quality over quantity. I am not selling anything. I want them to have the smallest, leanest wardrobe possible.
Okay.
And then I give them the infinite the ways to wear it. That's the last session, the style. We come back in their home and show her how to wear all the looks. So she embodies them and understands that she could wear this one top 6 ways.
Okay. Awesome.
And a view of her wardrobe.
Okay. That is amazing. Now I'm like, when am I going to hire you?
I know. It's like, you can't unsee this. Like you will never be the same after these, and it's quick. That's why this container is less than 3 to 4 weeks typically. And then you're literally a new, showing up differently.
Okay, awesome. This is so amazing. So this podcast there are a lot of jewelry, fashion, product-based business owners listening to this. So they might be designing their own jewelry or their own fashion or other products.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that I think is really important for an entrepreneur and a business owner is to create a brand. So how does your personal style fit into your brand? Because, a lot of people don't really think about it. They think about like messaging and brand voice.
Or colors or that type of thing. Having a signature, honing in on your signature style is so powerful. And this is the work I do with a lot of my clients have personal brands. And so ultimately, the more consistent you show up in a particular look or essence, the more people you're building trust, the more people trust you. And the more you work on aligning your signature style with your most authentic self, and then this is the work I do, the more magnetic you become. And It took me 40 years to get to this place for myself. And every personal brand, male or female, the closer you get to honing in on what style and aesthetic works for your authentic self, that's when the magnetism just boom.
People are just drawn to it.
They're just drawn, and it's a vibration and it's an energy. Your clothes, ultimately, every piece you put on is either lowering your vibration or raising it.
This is
and
true.
Every morning you have a choice. How do I want to feel? So the work I do and the goal is to have people dress for how they want to feel, not just for a particular occasion. So being a personal brand, ultimately, for example, like jewelry, and I know we may talk about this, but I wear the same jewelry every day. And it ultimately, I'm building trust with people. They
Tell me
see
about those pieces that you're always wearing.
this one, the main one is Dylan Lex, and she's at LA. Do you know Dylan Lex?
I don't.
There's a lot of
Maybe I need to have her on
tribal.
the show, probably.
Yeah, you need to have, she's a babe. She does a lot of tribal
Hmm.
jewelry, bigger, chunky, and her aesthetic is incredible. She's New York based, has a showroom in LA, and I'm really into her stuff. So this piece, I added the little charm. You can change it.
Hmm.
So I like that it's one little hook and it's lightweight. So back to like the energy, I only wear things that I feel light and airy in. And so then I added this Zara pearl
So cute.
recently. And so then that's my new, so no matter what I'm wearing, I have the same consistent jewelry. And a lot of clients, I do help them with jewelry, but they often have, hundreds of pieces. And I want them to just hone in on one or two that really feels like them and then wear that. Right.
Hmm.
But back to the clothes, I mean, ultimately, the better you dress, the more money you make. It's
Hmm.
all, getting dressed, even if you're working from home, it signals your
Yeah.
brain to ultimately feel better and do better work.
I do not feel as productive if I don't get dressed for like it's so weird. Like I spend so much time getting dressed in the morning. I put makeup on. Sometimes I don't even like go on camera. Like I do it. My mom taught me this because she's like, you need to show up like people you're going to be seen. And even if no one is going to see me, and I, don't even go out that much living in Arizona now since,
Right now
compared
with
to what I did in New York. Like I don't really
yeah,
need to put makeup on, but it makes me feel better because if I do flip on the camera, if I do decide to do an Instagram story or something like that, like I feel put together and I don't feel like I'm like judging myself. I don't know how to
it,
explain it.
oh, Tracy, no, it is so powerful. And I know so many women, and I've seen these clients, they wear the same black Lululemon set every
Yeah.
day. And it's just the energetics of that. I teach my clients, ultimately, I can get you clothes that are just as comfortable as your Lululemons that look so chic, so put together, and you'll feel so different. It's a different vibration. And so it's making a better choice to actually go in the closet, put something on, get it together, and show up for yourself. It's everything.
For someone who is kind of showing up wearing Lululemons or their pajamas and sweats and comfies all day, like, and they don't typically get dressed. What would be like the first steps to kind of get them out of that habit of just going for what's comfortable and fast
Fast.
into something that's still just as comfortable but looks good?
Looks good. I would have them focus on investing in. So ultimately, we don't need to invest in an at home work from home look. I would have them think about, okay, what am I wearing in my lifestyle that I want to kind of up level and invest in? Those would be the pieces that I would then purchase to wear at home and style at home.
Mm-hmm.
So say like a Sunday brunch look with your girlfriends, or I wouldn't go as far as like a dinner, but like a casual, you know, you're meeting with a client potentially, or it's hard to say, but I would only invest in things like I'm working from home today and this is what I'm going to wear out in public. So starting with things that like feel good on your body and comfortable, right? So right now joggers are a great start. Investing in a silk jogger that
Mm-hmm.
fits your body, that feels good. And then on top, finding like a bodysuit. You can get a commando bodysuit for $70 that looks really chic, and it by basically form fitting and showing off your waistline, you're going to sit down and be comfortable sitting at your desk. Yet you can throw on your sneakers and go meet your girlfriends for lunch and throw a blazer on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just finding the combinations. I don't feel comfortable wearing denim all day. Some women, maybe that's their comfort zone, but finding things that from like a Lululemon, I would go to a jogger, a silk jogger, or a faux leather jogger. And every brand has them at every price point, from
Yeah.
Target to designer,
Mm-hmm.
right? So then, and then on top, it's finding things that are comfortable, whether it's a little cute graphic tee that aligns with you. You can crop off the graphic tee and front tuck it into your jogger for a vibe. And then say you're going to meet your girlfriends, you just throw a little blazer over it. And then you have blazer, t-shirt, jogger, sneaker, and you look chic AF.
I love it.
Right? So
I love it.
it's kind of just deciding what you love and then buying the quality pieces. So it's like, it's all energy. I'd rather you have one beautiful jogger that fits you and feels really good than have 7 that are
not comfortable.
Yeah. And just, every time you put it on, it needs to feel like you're, if you want to create, it's like whatever kind of life you want to create, you've got to dress for it. So if it's, investing in pieces that are out of your comfort zone, that are going to attract the life that you want, like that's the time to do it, is right now.
And I also think like dressing to align with the types of customers you want to work with.
Oh,
this is huge because so I work with a lot of designers and there's no judgment here. I get everyone is in their own spot, but if you're wearing Lululemons all day, or you never get out of like your Keen sandals and your like ripped denim jeans with stuff all over them and your Teva sandals, and you're trying to work with high-end collectors who invest a lot of money, like there's not a resonance with that.
It does not resonate, and the vibrations don't match. You have got to, and that's why, your wardrobe, it truly, you're a walking business card.
Yeah.
You're teaching others how to treat you. When I step out the door and I feel empowered and confident in my outfit, people treat me differently than other people that aren't dressed in their power. It's life.
Yeah.
So your clothes can get you in the room.
You aren't attracting the kind of customers that you want to be working with, then take a look at this is not about being judgmental about who you are. This is about taking a look at yourself and saying, how can I level up to a vibration and energetically with the way that I dress and the vibe that I'm putting out there that's going to attract people. Absolutely. And this isn't about spending thousands of dollars on the pieces. This is about creating a look.
Right. Creating a look and having quality over quantity. You don't need, people are just stuffing with quantity. I see it. You don't need 60 pairs of jeans. You need 2 pairs of jeans that fit you and feel good.
Don't judge me, Chellie.
But they're so, it's really about editing and getting clear on what, once you let go of what doesn't work for you, you actually start seeing the things that, oh, you know what? I really do like that piece. I just could never see it because it was mixed in with thousands of pieces that don't work for me. And so there's so much confusion, frustration, because society is constantly telling you,
buy more, buy
this, you need to do this. And so it's really just going back to your core. Like outfit repeating is key in my philosophy. And it's like, if you buy something like this little Zara vest was like $30, I can wear it 10 different ways. And I take good care of it. And I love this piece. And so it's like putting the energy into your wardrobe and you're going to get the results. It's just like anything you do.
I love that. Okay. So my next question to you, you started kind of answering it without me really asking you this, but what are let's say 5 to 8 staples that everyone needs to have in their wardrobe to feel professional and dress their brand?
Yes. I think, it's a little bit different for everybody, but the basics, you need a good trouser, like a beautiful trouser that fits your body. And this could even be Zara. I have so many Zara trousers. I get them tailored to my body. It looks like a designer trouser. Aritzia, great trousers. And then having a matching, like a full suit set. So you can style. So say you love the color like burnt orange or whatever, get the full set. And then you can start showing up with your personal brand, wearing that blazer so many different ways. Then you can put it together and have a power look with the matching pant. And then you can wear the pant separately so many different ways. And so with that one set, you have 20 different looks. but you don't need 20 of those sets. Just invest in one really good one.
Yeah.
It's really honing in on the fit, the quality. Does this, am I like what type of vibration do I want? Do you want to feel like, do you want to go to Target and shop? Is that your aesthetic? Or do you feel like you deserve, you're worthy of more? Go ahead and invest in it. It's going to all come back to you. It's all about self-worth.
Now, if for people that's a great direction to kind of go on for people who don't like feel like they deserve to have the nice things or whatever. And like we said, this is not about spending a lot of money.
No.
Or investing in like really expensive pieces. This is about getting the right thing for you. How would you recommend someone get started on just, thinking through like how they're going to plan for that?
Right. I think that it's the huge thing is just doing your own inner work, building your confidence muscle, whatever that may look like, spiritual practice, coaching, all of that. And I've done all of that to get to this place. And I highly recommend just investing everything in yourself to when you're ready to really hone in on you're really uncomfortable blending in with everybody at this point. And you're thinking, okay, how can I stand out? And I don't want to stand out in like walk in a room and my clothes walk in the room first. Like, how can I stand out as my best self? That's when it's time to probably ideally seek out help in some way. If it's not your strong suit, you shouldn't be investing time and money, because often you're going to be buying, shopping online for hours and hours, wasting time, investing in the wrong things that don't really serve you. Right. So obviously seek out some type of styling help, whether it's a personal shopper or personal stylist, whatever it is. Right. But really just trying different things and like having fun. Like, again, if you, back to trends, it's not about always dipping into the trends, but if something really speaks to you, like try it. Like, I love showing clients new things, like, so you can experience yourself in a different way. And if that sticks for you, keep that item and then wear it in so many different ways. Finding, like, I have these silver pants and they're like weird joggery silver pants, but I'm attracted to them. And probably not a lot of people are attracted to those. And the best part is I don't care. I like them. And so then I wear them as a signature piece and style them in many ways. So it's like finding things that speak to you and your soul and just owning your, unapologetic self and like rocking it. So you don't look like every other girl in your industry. And
were you wearing those silver pants at Jessica's retreat?
I think I was. I bought 2 pairs now. I love them. But I feel just light energy because they're light and flowy, and it's everything I put on. I'm like, does this feel like me today?
Yeah.
And it's like, you have a choice. We all have a choice every day. And every day I teach my clients and coach them on choosing better. It's like, you can choose better. You're better than that. And then ultimately it's not about the money. You could spend $500 and get a whole, like complete overhaul by having a few pieces you love.
Yeah, exactly. And it's understanding how to pair pieces together and thinking outside of the box. Yeah.
It takes work. It's like looking in the mirror, taking a few hours out of your week and thinking, okay, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to work on trying different things on and like seeing how I feel, take selfies, and then create your own album. I encourage all of my clients, every time they put on a good look that they love, they add it to our shared album and I see it. And I get to say, that is incredible. I love it. Or, tell me how you feel in this. And then they get to go back to that when they want to recreate the look. They have it in their phone. So you're creating your own digital lookbook, and everybody can do this on their own. And I'd rather you have like 4 signature looks. Like if you're dating, have one date look that's fire, that when you put this date look on, it is your confidence costume. You walk in that room and everybody can sense your confidence in that look. You don't need 10 of those. You need 1. So it's like finding what lights you up. And we all have to, it takes work.
I need to learn from you to streamline a little bit because I love fashion and I love style and I am a shopper.
Oh, you're guilty.
Guilty. I'm a shopper. But also, like, I love, I'm not dating anymore. I'm with Jason, but like the idea of having just one date look, that would have simplified my life a lot when I was
Right?
living in New
You're
York
dating
City.
a lot of people. Yeah. You don't, we all,
Unless you go on a second date.
yeah,
You
if
need a
we
second
talk a
date.
second, like let's work on that. But I mean, ultimately, it's just, appreciating what you have and loving it. And if it doesn't align with you, so many women have done, and your business owners probably have done the work and they've grown personally since pre-COVID. They're walking in their closets and they have not changed their wardrobe in 4 years. So guess what? None of that aligns with who they've become. So now your job is to go out and intentionally shop for things that align with you, that light you up. But the market is brutal right now. And that's why I feel like there's so much potential in my industry right now, because you can't just walk in a store. There's very little inventory. There's very little help. And it's just overwhelming. And so I just take all of that overwhelm and pain and frustration from people and like save them time and money ultimately, so that they can go out every day and focus on living their best life and creating their brands and selling what they want to sell and knowing that they feel great in their bodies and this is their best look. We all can always do better and choose better.
I love that. So this has been such a fun conversation. Thank you so much for being here. Are there any other words of advice that you'd like to share with people?
I mean, there's so much. Just really have fun with this. Like every time you get dressed, you should feel good in your clothes. And if you need to wear this, literally, if you have 5 signature looks every week, mix and match those and only wear those rather than having dozens of pieces that don't serve you. So edit the shit out of your closet, shop intentionally, and style what you own.
I love it.
Chellie,
where can everyone find you?
I, of course, am on the gram. That's probably the only place I really hang out. And then there's 2 ways to work with me. My signature service, the method that I described, my high touch one-on-one. And then I have a membership. It's called the Style Society, and it's $55 a month. And I deliver style boards directly to your inbox. And we have Zoom calls. It's a community of women that are all looking to expand their, and grow their style muscles and have fun.
Amazing. Chellie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. This is Tracy Matthews signing off. If you like this episode, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and you click that little notification button so that you get notified of all of our new videos. And on top of that, if you haven't done so yet, make sure that you pick up my book, The Desired Brand Effect. Stand out in a saturated market with a timeless jewelry brand. It's now available on Audible and available on Amazon.com. Thank you so much for listening to the show today. This is Tracy signing off. Until next time.